Welcome back. So, uh, um, today we need to be ending the. Let me put this music down so that it's not so loud. Okay. So let me see if I can hear myself. Yes, I can. So today we need to finish the Grub menu thing. So I already did a lot of changes, and so what happened here is that we built everything here, and then we make a new branch, group theme dev 05, so that everything was built there. And if you take a look at here, the Rescatux repo, you can see how we've got a from the old tag stuff, from the old work we did. There are some development.d improvements, and then there's the Rescatux group theme, where we have this work regarding the timeout, regarding load found, and so on. So after many manual tests, I made everything onto the build everything and stuff from scratch, and that's what we did here. So I was waiting for this to build completely, and now we should be able to test this from the secure boot. Thanks, not the quick test, but not the released one, but this one here. Oh, sorry, what the hell is this? I should find this somewhere. Rescatux release. Here it is. So this is the Rescatux release inside of the Rescatux repo that I'm working on. So this is not the public release. This is not the quick test. And now we're going to see if any of this is good enough, and we can say that this thing is fixed. So now you can see how we've got the timeout, okay, and down, and we've got all of this. So we've got the auto detect, that we know it works, and that's it. So this is going to work without no problem onto the desktop UI, and we should say that this part is already done. And in addition that it's already tested, I have already pushed this onto the Rescatux repo, so we should be fine. So look at that, the full settings, yes, no, full wizard, the full settings, and yeah. So we have managed to work around, I mean to complete this thing. So yeah, so I think we can say that everything here has been completed. I mean, I'm not sure. Yeah, we need to test this and that, whatever. So we can go back to our to-do here, and we can say that this has been finished. This is the stuff regarding, I don't know if 3/4, because we have sent this stuff to Salsa with some doubts. So there's this live boot stuff regarding live ID, which I think I have done like a draft down here. So multi-arc like CD, we have told that that was not let's start checking what changes. Some IRC users do not think this is a good idea. Okay, anyway. The group part should be the okay, anyway. So don't I have anything regarding Lifeboat? I mean, I think I checked the Lifeboat stuff you know, manually, so there's no need to work on that. The hell is this? Okay, so basically Lifeboat. Yeah, let's do the Lifeboat step so that we have exactly the same thing we had on, you know, on the old disk, because otherwise we are not going to. So this is going to be Live ID. Live ID involves both live build and Lifeboat. So maybe the question is if we should just use an ID based on the date release, and that's it. On a date and a day and a timestamp, and that's it. Maybe it's easier than what we did. So there are some changes in Lifeboat. So document on Rescatux documentation that Lifeboat should be built with its custom command. Have a build documentation or build branch that explains how to build Lifeboat from the Docker itself, similar to what we have in live build. So this is Rescatux repo, this is Lifeboat, and then live build is recreate all of the old work, but based only on a date that probably is being used by the reproducible guys. That's something that I'm not sure how to do. So first of all, let's work on the live build part. later on we will see how we do this, but this is live ID live build. Okay, so let's see how the hell did we do this. Did we did beep, 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 beep. Here we have this thing. So this is what was released back in the day. This is the Rescatux 074 snapshot thing. So you know, this is wait a moment, please. This is like this. Wait a moment, please. Okay, so I'm back. So, yeah. So here we have the old staff, and from live build, and you can see that here we have the old and used UI implementation with the thing about generate UID. And then here you generate all of these stuff, and this is where we append this stuff. This needs to be done in a different way, and this is what you change, so that when this is being this minimal group.cfg is being used, it's going to be using whatever instead of this. And secure boot was fixed, so that, yeah, and that's it. So these are the different stuff that I need to reproduce. So maybe I'm going to take a look at, I mean, this is commented, so there's no need of having this. So let's try to do this. So this one here, root hacks. Wait a minute. Why would I remove this stuff? So the question is, do we have in live build from nowadays, do we have these root hacks right now or not? That's a very good question. I mean, and it's something that I should be worrying about. Should I maybe just ignore this? So look at that. Update init ramfs always because of udef rules in initrd. There's nothing about this. So I could make a commit that removes this, but then I mean, live generate UID. Question is, do I use this same live generate UID stuff here or not? Do I use something else? LBUID file. I don't think there's a need of removing that, so I'm not going to remove this. I'm not going to make a merge request about this. So let's try to implement this stuff, but before doing that we need to create a so let's see, this is the old stuff, and in here we have the newest stuff that we are working on. So we need to just work on this. So this is the dev4 stuff. Yeah, and you can see how I've got several ones of them because oh wait, this is the one I'm pushing. I mean, I'm pushing another one which is secure boot. It's probably this one here. This is probably what I've been pushing to, or is this one here? Look, this is this one, salsa push. Yeah, it's this one here is what I have pushed. However, what we are working with our stuff, okay, what we are working right now with our stuff is this code here. So this is what I'm going to be using. Copy name. Hopefully this is okay. So live build. So we check out this thing and we create something else regarding all of this. So this is Docker, bookmark Docker, and this is going to be deb01, and this is going to be live ID. Okay, and now that we have the live ID stuff, we can start thinking about what the hell do we want to be using from the old days. So this one here is the older stuff that I want to be using, so we ignore this one, and then there's the yeah, basically we have three stuff to be doing. So the first one is all related to this LBUID variable. So we should be using, look at that, this is based on LB Linux. So this will need to be repurposed so that we can use this in a different merge request or whatever, so that it's on the same place. Although I'm not sure we are doing this stuff exactly in the same place, so I'm not sure how this is going to be. So what I'm actually going to do is that I have here the Rescatux repos. This is upstream master. Wait a minute. So do we have a live build? Yeah, so we have a live build Rescatux 074 snapshot. So this should have all of the changes related to this stuff. So in theory, I should be able to let me see how the hell I should be able to compare scripts build config from here to live build scripts build config, and this might help us do some stuff. I'm not sure though. Okay, so we can see here how there is a lot of stuff, bootloaders, packages. Okay, so regarding what I'm interested of this stuff is 1030 whatever, something like this. So you can see here how we've got the enforce disable Linux, and I mean, yes, that's what we had back in the day. So auto-generated, yeah. So basically, use your ID file and force disable Linux. Yeah, so basically we want to apply the difference, we want to save, and we want to edit this config file. This is scripts build config file from the current scripts build config file from the current, what the hell is this? Here it is. So you can ask, so new Linux questions are welcome. so that I don't talk always about the Rescatux development. Okay, so basically at around, I mean, let's search live ID. What the hell, isn't it live ID? UID, here it is. So this needs to be use UID file. That's how you're supposed to be writing this, because that's how everything is written here. And this should be I mean, this should be done in such a way that matches the rest of the file. So let's see how this looks like. So hit his diff here. Yeah, so this matches more or less what I'm spitting here. So there was a space. No, there was no space in here. So I should probably not have a space at the very end. So this should be like this. Hit diff. Okay. Yeah, okay, so we can just add this thing, config, we can say added live ID support. This is going to be number 1, and then we will continue with the rest of it. So the next live build stuff, it's going to be let's see, we've got the defaults.h. So in binary, the scripts build binary, there's this thing where we call, let's see how the hell we're going to do this. So this is binary. So before anything, we put everything in here, and what we want to do is to put the binary UID just before the loopback CFG, which is now is Grub CFG. So this needs to be around here, so that you have the binary UID. So that's what I'm going to do right now. It's the equivalent to what we were doing. So we want to run the binary UID there, and that's it. Yeah, that's it. So now we can have this new change and save it. Later on we will see how we do a you know, squash or whatever. Okay, so we've got the false.sh that has a lot of stuff. So I'm not sure how to do this in a nice way, so that setting image type, I mean, this is the false.sh, which is now down in configuration.sh, and this is going to be something difficult to do. Okay, so if you take a look at here, what we are doing is modifying functions defaults.sh, and we are modifying, we are creating this LBUID stuff. Okay, so finally you've got this LBUID file and this LBUID here, which well, you know, it's you define this lbuid file here, and this is the false.sh. However, if you take a look at our new code, you can see how, for example, what the hell is this? Related to syslinux auto detection. This is not it. Regarding @Linux support, you can see that the place where we change the lb boot append live is done here in configuration.sh. So we are setting up this variable lb boot append live based on whatever we want. So we are doing this in configuration.sh, and it's done in a such way that it's something that this is done in such a way that it checks if we have this command line here, and if it's not there, it adds. However, if it's already there, it does not add it. So that's something similar to what we have to do with a with this thing. So what the hell is this? So basically what I would do here is to open the configuration.sh, which is, where's the path for this stuff? Run live build functions configuration. So in functions configuration.sh, we should have, let me open this on the top too so that it's easier to do. So in one place we should be searching for Linux stuff, which is here with all of the stuff that goes with it, and on the other place we should also search for this Linux stuff. I mean, this is done here because we are modifying the lb append live, and yeah, wait a second, what the hell we are doing here? So Rescatux, I should have some newer branches or names or whatever, because this is not very useful to remember, but it makes sense back in the day. So this is what we are doing here. So this is modifying lbuid file, and binary uid and that's changed here. So this changed needs to be done in configuration.sh. Okay, so this is functions, this is the false.sh, and just after setting all of this we change lb boot append live. Yeah, that makes sense. So there's an if, and here you have this change inside of the if. Yeah, so maybe we can put everything inside of the same change. I don't know. So the question is, can we get this commit only once? Yeah, that's what you thought, that it was done only once. So all of this is done in functions default.sh, and we actually want to do it on somewhere else. So we want to do this on configuration.sh. You know, just after the Linux stuff, even if later on we will have to do it here regarding Linux or whatever. So this is where we are going to put the new code in configuration.sh, and here on the top we could open something else. So we should be searching for live build repo with the Rescatux 074 snapshot functions default.sh. So hopefully it opens on the top. That's right. And if I search for Linux, I can find here the Linux stuff, and just after it, where the hell is this? Defaults.sh. Wait a moment, what's the path for this? 074 snapshot functions default. We should have something related to UID. Okay, so this is done somewhere, and we do all of this stuff. So let's see if we can recreate all of this in so we also have this lb append live stuff also here. So let's see if we can do any of this. So there's also this live editor prefix. So now if we go in configuration.sh, hopefully we can paste all of this, and hopefully this makes sense to whatever should be here. Maybe we can remove this thing here. So it's setting lbuid file once. We've got all of this stuff for resetting, for setting up the seed, and then the seed is converted here, and then you add this onto the thing. So basically what we want to do here is also what we did in Linux, which is checking the checking whatever needs to have here on the lb append live. So the way of doing this is, and it's also changing lb append live failsafe, which I didn't think I mean, maybe this is not used anymore, or is it? Now I have discovered this live file safe stuff. So are you telling me that file safe stuff doesn't have Linux or something like that? Because we haven't changed anything related to Linux. Linux doesn't have an lb upon live file save. Let me check real quick what happens when we try to run this stuff here. So this is our latest image that should have you know, Linux stuff. So here we've got the Linux, I mean failsafe. Actually, that's a very good question. Do we want Linux in yeah, look at that. There's no Linux at all. Huh. Let me ask this on the merge request. Hopefully this has not been you know, at Linux. Okay, I'm logged in. Can this be merged? Fast forward. They have changed everything again. Do I have? Is it okay to leave attach, or should I update that variable to when Linux is turned on? In other words, should failsafe mode enable Linux or not? The current behavior is not to enable Linux while in failsafe mode. But I didn't make the choice. Okay, maybe it's not the face. The current behavior is not to enable Linux. Behavior is not to enable Linux while in failsafe mode. Should failsafe mode enable Linux? No, the current behavior is to not while in safe mode. I didn't do this on purpose on my first implementation, so I'm just asking what are your thoughts on this? Comment. Comment, let's preview maybe. Should failsafe mode enable Linux or not? The current behavior is not to enable Linux while in failsafe mode. I didn't do this on purpose on my first implementation, so what are your thoughts in this? So let's comment here. Let's go back to our stuff. So I think that live ID, I mean failsafe should have the live ID stuff, so that's something that I need to be changing also there. So in order to do so, we should be checking what the hell we have done with Linux. So yeah, let me see. My main concern is that I don't know if I need a case or if it's just whatever we do here. So I'm not sure if I have just put this thing here. So if this is okay, if this div this is, so you can specify your own lbuid file, but you can leave it empty. Okay, that makes much more sense. So by default you've got this new UUID stuff and you cannot opt it out. Yeah, that makes sense. So what you have here is just a config on or whatever. So let's try to do this properly. So first of all, yeah, so we just need to check if this is empty or not, and then check whatever it's here. Okay, so so there's no need to do any of this. So there's no need to define this as auto. There's no need to do a case and false and so on. We just need to you know, just have this test here, and that's it. And this is on the right side. So yeah, and so once you've got the UUID file and everything here, with also the failsafe and install, look at that, install should also have this stuff. Yeah, so in order to do so the same way we are doing the Linux stuff here, so that it doesn't too much doesn't, you know, doesn't explode so much. Let me see. What we need to do here is to take this thing here and just try to do exactly the same thing. So let's try to use the first one. So the first one is here. So, and this is the live ID. So this is the live ID, okay? If you don't have this live ID on LB append live, then you've got to add this thing. So this thing is LB UID CMD line. So let's do it only once, so that this is much easier to work with. So this thing here, more or less, it's what we want here. So we want live ID like here, and then the LB, I mean, let's put this like this. It's going to be easier to explain. So this is the LB UID CMD line. Okay. So this needs to be done in such a way that it's here. So this should be here, LBUID. I mean, actually this should be the UID CMD line. Why would you do something else? This is the UID CMD line. Okay, so the UID CMD line has this thing about the UID file, and then if this is not here, then you add it here, and the rest of it should be the same thing because you add it here, so there's no need to check the rest of them, although maybe we should be doing that. I really don't know. So 2 and 3. Okay, so we've got the fail-safe one, should be here, and this should be here. Okay, so the install, so if you don't have the live ID you think, so you've got the added in all of them. So this is the end regarding this if statement at the very top regarding all of this, and so the seed is whatever we have done here, which it's probably what we don't want to do. So this is something that I want to save right now. So hit diff, we've got all of this stuff where we are changing the LB bootpen live, and we are also changing, we are defining the LB UID file, which we are going to use later on. Okay, and so basically what we're going to do right now is configurations.sh. So this is going to be number 3. Okay, and once we have done this, I want to improve this so that it uses just the date, and that's it. But that's something that I'm not sure how to do it, because I would say the string must have the length of the output of whatever isovolume TS. Where the hell is this isovolume TS stuff? Date, oh look at that, date. Source that date epoch. That's what we want to be doing. Wait, this is done. Source that date epoch. What the hell is this thing? Wait a minute. Is this defined somewhere? Look at that. Do our principal build is source date epoch already set? False. True. For info through the building process, source that epoch, or yeah. And this is what I want to be using, so that date UTC option, and this is whatever date you can have from it. So we are missing seconds, if I'm not mistaken. In any case, up here we have the date in seconds. but this is source date epoch. So either you define it, or you use date, this date thing here. So let's run this thing real quick to see what the hell is this. So we run this thing. This is the seconds. So you can watch this going up every 5 seconds, isn't it? This is going 87. Now this is going to be 92, and so on. Okay, so this is every 5 seconds. Every whatever. So actually this is what we actually want to be using as the seed. And wait a moment. So we have already added the UID stuff. So now it's going to be much easier to do this. So it's going to be the source date epoch stuff. So now we can go on to LBUID stuff, and all of this seed stuff. Okay, I'm going to replace it with whatever timestamp we have here, and then if anyone wants to do something else, well, he can do it, and that's it. LBUID file. So if you have not specified an LBUID file because whatever, then you just do this step. Source date epoch, which needs to be set up always. Now this is much easier to read. So the seed is the source date epoch. Then we do this stuff, and we create all of these files, and we've got this UID CMD line that if we haven't, okay, now we should be able to use this stuff here, now that I think about it. So this should be the, I mean, this should work the same way we did with this thing, isn't it? Yeah, look at that, 4 CMD lines. So if you don't find this stuff in here, then do this other stuff. That's what you're supposed to be doing here, and then finally you just end this stuff. Yeah. So basically that's how you implement this stuff. So configuration, so this should be number 4. Okay, nice. Let's check these old commits to see what we are missing with all of this. So we've got these functions, whatever. There's nothing else in this defaults.sh. Binary UID, I think we have already done this. We have already done the use UID file. Use UID files. Maybe we can put otherwise is out to generate it. Use UID files. What the hell is this? Is this binary? Is this config? Otherwise it gets auto-generated. I mean, actually, we haven't done anything related to documentation here, and maybe this needs some documentation now that I think about it. That was not something that we did back in the day, the man page and so on. But before doing that, okay, let me write here. Do not forget to update the man pages also in live build regarding the LB UIDs. Is it like this? Variable, and probably we also need a switch in order to use it. Okay, nice. I guess, yeah. So we didn't have a switch to use it, so that's interesting. So here on the config, maybe we don't need this like a switch. Who would use a switch for doing this? I mean, I don't know. Anyway, let's try to, and you can ask questions. I know that you are watching the stream. Someone is watching the stream apart from me for a long time. So before doing the manual stuff, the manual pages stuff, we are going to work on this binary UID. So this is very easy to do. We just need to create, to cherry pick this from, I mean, to check out this file for whenever, and yeah. So boot append variables, this is already been done, and this is not done yet. So we just need to get this file, and then we will have to modify it so that it matches whatever we want to be doing here. So first of all, let's get this file onto the present. So thanks to this UID, to this commit UID, we can do something like check out this thing, but only give me scripts build binary UUID, and now I should be able to remove this from the stage so that you have this. And now I guess that we can open, where's the fagin? So in the live build present, we should be able to have this binary UID stuff. Okay, look at that. Look at that. So now we should be able to rewrite this stuff in such a way that it's exactly the same thing we had before. So hopefully these variables here come to the right place, because I'm not sure, maybe the build.sh reads the you know, whatever configuration. So maybe what we should be opening on the top is the binary Grub BFI. Is this a good thing to have here? I have no idea. So wait. Oh, look at that. There's my whatever thing. Nice. So, is this any? Has this changed anything? No, it has not. Description echo. Okay, so description echo. It's going to be. Okay, let's do one thing. I don't want to have so many changes at once. So, where the hell is this? So yeah, so this is the scripts build binary UID stuff. So this is going to be number 6, and now we're going to fix it. And we will see what we do or not here. So this needs to be installs UID into binary. Usage, so there's no need for a help apparently. Arguments, that's something that you do only once. Then there's set defaults, which I don't see anywhere. Read config files, so I think that makes sense that it's something like this. There's this thing here where it's trying to check if you are using or not Grub EFI to exit here. So the UID stuff should be set up. And yeah, echo message, begin install, and an option to be this. Disable this file creation. No, we want to create this otherwise. Arguments. What the hell is this arguments stuff? Yeah, there's no need to have arguments here. I need to remove this stuff. Then require stage files. Look at that, stage files. So here we have config and bootstrap. So this is done in a different way. Create. Here there's a check a stage file. So there's no need to put this. You choose to check a stage file. Then there's acquire log file. Create check for yeah. So probably the two of them now can be done with only one, and you acquire the log, and then you do some stuff here. So there's no need to have any package or whatever, and create a stage file. Oh, wait a minute, what I'm doing wrong. Okay, so in here you can see how acquire log file, and then you do some stuff here. So we create this thing on binary, which I'm not sure. So wait a minute, this variable here is the dir name of this stuff. It'll be UID file. Yeah, okay. So I'm not sure if this binary can be so binary UID. So let me binary UID. We are dealing with binary directory directly. Is there any difference when chroot is yours or not? I don't think so. Okay. So the binary UID. Okay. So dir name, whatever, mkdir main binary, whatever. I mean, why haven't we have any of the it's interesting how. And then there's this touch about this file. Finally, we've got this create stage file, which I'm not sure. Look at that. It's just create stage file, and that's it. So this should be something like this. So installs UID into binary, and if I haven't done this wrong, we script build.sh script swing. I think we should be fine with all of this. So let me save this stuff. bin.sh. Okay. Set -e 2 lines here. Let me save this stuff real quick, and we will have like that. Let's add this stuff here. This is going to be number 7. Okay, nice. So number 7, that's what we have already. We have done this binary UID. So yeah, that's nice to have. Whatever. So set boot appends, we have already done this with the previous commit, put everything to the same place. And this is the binary group EFI stuff where we have to change whatever it is here. So let me try. Oh, look at that, 3 people watching right now. So let me check the binary group EFI. Yeah, we need to modify this at around 200. Let me, yeah, okay, so it should be here also. So at around 200 whatever, we have this stuff regarding how to create this. So we should find this search set root. So here is the .disk info stuff, which is awful. Okay, so here on the top I'm going to open live build from this time, and inside of scripts build binary group EFI. Let me see if I can click here on the top and I can open this thing. So this one is from the snapshot from the 074 release. Okay, so at around 269 we should have this thing regarding search set whatever, which is here, and that's it. I mean this thing here, which is here down. So this group EFI temp whatever. So if I take a look at the commit, we only changed 2 lines, and that's what we are going to do right now. So unload the Grub to whatever partition holds the image UID file, maybe the image file, image UID file, load the Grub. Okay, and then here there is the search root lbuid file, which is here. Look at that. That's it. That's it. So once we have this, we should be good to go. So hit diff scripts build binary group EFI, and this is number 8. Okay. 3 viewers right now. So now we have everything onto a branch, which is this one, dev01. Everything related to you know, live ID stuff regarding live build. We are missing the man pages, so maybe we should take a look at what the hell we have done in Linux stuff. So let's go and check the most current branch, and actually the most current branch should be the checkout one, which is this one here with this live ID support, and one of them should have the Linux support, whereas this LB stuff. And so here we have this Linux with the different options. And hopefully in configuration we also have the different options and this stuff here, and how you define this stuff. That's what we need to change on the main page, and all the stuff on how to define. So if you want to use a custom file instead of just using you know, instead of just using whatever live build generates for you, you want to specify a custom one, you can do that, but not from the configuration file, but from a switch, and that needs to be documented on the main page. And also we need some changes on the configuration on this build config stuff. So yeah, so we've got many changes here to be working on. So this lb config stuff. So let's see how you're supposed to be doing this, because this is in a string, and that's in a string that we want to use. So we need to do something similar to what we did in with Linux, with all of this. So let's try to move this out of the way, and let's try to make our way. So what I want to open on the top is the lb. So first of all, I'm going to work with the lbconfig.1 file. So on the top, I want to be working with wait a minute, this is not. So on the top, which I have already highlighted, I want to be working with the old stuff, and the older stuff here we have the man pages. Wait a minute, no, we want to be working with the new stuff in both cases. So it's the same file open twice. So live build man pages and lb config and this thing here. So on the bottom we're going to open exactly the same file. So on the top we're going to search for Linux and see what the hell do we find here. So here we have the Linux stuff where we say that this is either true or false. However, what we need to be using here is a string, so something like I don't know, something like this: packages, Linux packages, and so you're supposed to be using some strings here. Packages. Maybe we can take a look at the man page inside of the Docker so that I can understand any of this. Damn it, because I don't think I have the LB config on my main system. So 3 viewers, so actually there are only 2 viewers, so that's nice. Okay, so man, what's the fucking name for this? Man lb config. So look at that. Let's see packages. Let me see how the hell is this. So Linux packages, packages. Archive area. Images, source images. Don't we have anything where we can use, I mean, not an URL, but something? So there's a size name. Label. So we can maybe use isoprepare as a template. Isoprepare, and that's it. So it's the name. So we could add this thing at, so this could be called UID something, UID file. Okay, so this is the one, and on the bottom we search for, yeah, that's a very good question. How the hell do we call this stuff? So this is LB, where the hell is this? LB UID file. So this should be UID file, isn't it? UID file, yeah. Okay, so I need to copy this thing on the U. Yeah, so it's like here, isn't it? This is the place where I want this to be happening. So it's UID file, something like this. So UID file should be replacing whatever we have here. So this UID file should be, wait a minute, so if this is empty, this should be generated, but in any case, if we haven't added the live ID, we should be adding it. So this is not perfectly done, if I'm being honest with you. So this should be going here like this, and as a consequence all of this needs to be here like this. So we add this stuff. Wait a moment. Yeah, so this should, so this lbuid file should be set at this moment. Yeah, look at that. This is what makes sense right now. So lbuid file, whatever, and then we create lbuid file. So if lbuid file is being set up, you just check if this equals to the wait a minute, this should be up here, isn't it? This should be here. Something like this. So we've got the UID CMD line, which is based on the lbuid file, that it's automatic or not. And then only once, I mean, source that date epoch thing. So we've got this stuff, so UID CMD line, whatever. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. So let me see what the hell we have done here, because I'm not very sure about this. I'm not sure. So status, sorry, this should be live build. So this lb config that we have done yet. So functions configuration.sh. Yeah, so this needs to be the 9th commit, which is very nice. Nice. So, what the hell are we missing here? We're working on the config. So the config here is this UID file, and then it's UID file. So the problem is that the UID file, it's without the initial slash, isn't it? How the hell I'm supposed to be knowing this stuff? Yeah, it's without the initial slash, because otherwise, whatever. UID file without initial slash. UID file. In addition to understands all of this, and I guess that in the Linux stuff, Linux commit, we've got the explanation for all of this. So the ISO prepare stuff ISO prepared. So let me copy this stuff and go to what's the fucking damn it, I have this stuff but I haven't. Where's the UID file? So here on the top we've got the UID file. And my mirror tab to tab. Debian installer, Debian options. What's the fucking name that we have chosen? ISO prepare. Okay, let's copy the ISO prepare thing, which is here, and then search for updates. Oh, wait a minute. UTC. This is not right. I'm supposed to be putting this thing here, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. Okay, so now I was trying to copy the ISO prepare, isn't it? Yeah, ISO prepare stuff. We copy it here and then validate UTC time. Here it is. So this ISO prepared is UID, UID file. UID file. So sets the UID file for identifying the ISO. By default, not set, it auto generates it for you. You should you shouldn't specify the initial // the phone and the live ID. There's no example here how to use any of this, so the main page doesn't explain what are you supposed to be doing here, apparently. Yeah, so we are not going to do that. That's not how you're supposed to be using this. So let me see. Live ID. Why the hell haven't I have no idea what the hell this for thing means anyway. Prepare version should not specify the initial forward slash. You must remove the initial forward slash. By default, not set, it auto-generates it for you. When not set and UID value is auto-generated for you based on the date media was built. Okay. So I think this makes sense. So for now we should be fine with this UID file stuff, but we need to change it also in whatever is this hit diffman pages and lb config.1. Yeah, we need to change something else somewhere else. This is number 10. Let's see if there is any questions. No, and nobody is watching the stream. Okay. So lbconfig configurations.sh. Binary rootfs. No. Sorry. So in config we need to add some stuff here. So this is the only thing that we have done regarding this UID stuff. So we need to do the same thing here with we need to use this thing here or whatever. So let's try to recreate this stuff regarding Linux in scripts build config so that we are done. I think I will squash everything into another branch and then we will see what we do with all of this. So in 119 119, where the hell is this? So Linux. I mean, this needs to be the same thing that we have regarding lbconfig. What the hell is this? Whatever, create configuration file for this thing and the other. So this should be so the ISO prepare stuff. This needs to be just after UTC time or something like that. UTC UID, yeah, like that. So this should be, what's the fucking name? UID file. So UID file, and this is an UID file. I wonder if I should do this in another way. I mean, this is a fucking file. This is not the UID. Configuration. Let me check real quick. So this UID file. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So UID file, whatever. What else do we have? We have some like 170. I mean, I don't know what the hell is this, but it's like long options stuff here, so we need to set them up also here. So UTC time, why is there 2 points? It's because you're supposed to set something, isn't it? Yeah, so that's UTC time, true, false. I want to do the same thing as the ISO prepare, isn't it? ISO prepare. So ISO prepare is also with colon. So let's do this. So it's UTC time UID file and colon. That's it. What else are we supposed to be doing here? This Linux stuff. So we check all the arguments. So ISO prepare. Let's copy ISO prepare here. Here it is. Sorry. ISO prepare. So we should have an UID. Look at that. UFI UTC time. Yeah, it's just after UTC time. So this should be the UID file thing. And so the file, the variable that we should be using is something that we have down here regarding all of this. So at the very end somewhere we should have this LB UID file. So now this should be LB UID file, and if I'm not mistaken, we should be fine with all of this. We should be done. So let me check. So we've got this new option here, UID file, this thing, scripts build config. Yeah. Commit, amend, whatever. So this is 11. Okay, look at that. So right now we've got like 11 commits regarding live ID. So hit lock from head 11 to head like this. Can we get this the other way around? I have no idea. No, we can't. Okay, so I want to get everything that starts with commit. Then I want this tag so that it's the other way around, and I want to get, yeah, just print me the second one. And this needs to be changed into whatever. And now I can check out the very first commit, which is this name here. this name here, but this is going to be number 2. So now I can do something like for n commit in all this bullshit here that I have here. Look at that. Hit cherry pick and commit. Done. Okay, so hit rebase hat 11. So now we can squash everything together and we will have a pretty nice picture of what the hell we are doing thanks to live build. So we should probably I don't know how to pick. Okay, so add live ID support. We should probably, where the hell do I have the live builder stuff? Here it is. I should probably check if this builds properly before doing anything else. So this is the commit that has everything. So we've got the configuration.sh where we check if this is empty. If this is empty, we're going to create the lbuid file based on source date epoch. We are, I mean, if everything is the same second, I mean, whatever. We are going to do this stuff here where we change the append line. Then we've got this man page where you can see how you're supposed to be changing this thanks to the command line. This is called from here. We're going to search for the lbuid file, which is what you're expecting to be searching here. I wonder if I'm supposed to be doing this. This is the binary ID where we create this stuff, and yeah, their name, and this is the config file where we got also this UID switch, which is also put here because it's a long option, and yeah, whatever, you take this value here so that we've got all of this. So this, we should be pushing this because there was so many changes here. So hit push GitHub origin, this dev2 stuff, even if it's not the latest one, we can have this there. So basically what you want to do is to build this stuff inside of the Docker. So let's see if I can find out. So I want to fetch this new what the name it is, this new branch. So the branch is this one here. Okay, so we want to fetch this thing here. We want to check out this new branch, and so apparently we have some changes here. Why the hell is that? What the hell is this? Huh. That's very interesting. So apparently, what the hell? Apparently building this stuff, it changes some files that we are changing right now. Whatever. So I just want to reset hot at ahead, I guess. I mean hot like this, and that's it. So now we don't have so many changes that are going to have these problems. I wonder if we have done something wrong here. So check out, and then the we are missing this one here. Look at that. And finally we can try to build this thing so that you can use it on the Rescatux build, which now will have a new file. And I don't think I'm going to look at that. So in here I don't need to do anything in order to use this live build thing, because it's the same option. So I'm going to just leave this. So basically, what the hell is this? What I'm interested on is on installing this new, you know, live build stuff package. So one of these days I will find whatever it's needed to install, you know, remove the old package and install the new one. Otherwise I guess that I can search for it somewhere. Reset, copy. Yeah, maybe I should search for apt. Here it is. So we remove the latest live build and then we install whatever we have just created. So we should be fine with this. Because have we built this thing? Yes, we have built this thing here. So once you have this, you should be able to make Rescatux, and I don't care that this does. So this should end with a live ID file on the binary, and this should end up with a what's the name? This should end up with the boot append changed on the live CD. And I don't want to do this manually. I don't want to do this with all of these changes. So in here we should say something like to do what the hell is this? Here it is. So we are testing branch from live build. So we are testing thanks to make Rescatux to see if we find the live ID file in the final CD. If we find the boot append being changed, and if boot append value and file name and live ID file name are the same ones. Let's to check if we find the life in the final CD, if we find but and then this needs to be in bold letters so that we don't forget about it. Okay, so I guess that could end the stream right now, but let me take a look at the live boot stuff that we did. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this right now, but here we have the whatever we did related to live boot. So if you use this thing, you can find this stuff. So this is done. The first change is done on this CMD line old stuff, and down here you've got the split stuff where this ignore UID stuff is here, which makes me ignore UID. Is this the same thing I was discussing that the live build, we were not going to do the same thing as live build did back in the day, because whatever. So there's the live generate UID. Okay, it doesn't have anything to do with whatever. Okay, so there's no need to worry about that. Wait a second, I want to move this out of the way. So live boot miss helpers. So you can see how all of this code it's being moved somewhere else. So instead of using this disk live UID stuff, oh wait a moment, what the hell is this? Why is there a conf uid.conf? I'm supposed to be doing that. Wait a moment. Matches UID. Ignore UID. What the hell is this? Matches UID. I have created the file so that this could be checked, and the file is also needed so that Grub can check for it, because if it's something inside of this live UID, so look at that, there's this live UID thing. Yeah, look at that, try UID. So you are opening the file and checking if this is equals okay, and matches UID. So what we are doing here is that if live ID is being set, which is this thing here, then check for it. If it's not, then do whatever you did back in the day. If this is 6, then you save it here. You check for path door 1. What? So you put the path next to the live ID, and then you either say 0 or 1. I mean, it's not very much to be changed here. The problem is 2018, so we need to check whatever we have in more recent stuff. So yeah, so we need to create master. I mean, this master thing here, master from 2018, and that's it. I mean, I don't know how to call this. So let me try to work with this. So we've got live boot. Maybe create a new one. So here I can say something like check out the master and then create master from 2018. So I can go back to master and I can take a look at remote. So there's salsa upstream. Oh, wait a moment, I didn't do any salsa push now that I see about it, because that wasn't. So it's salsa upstream, the one I want to fetch. So we should be able to do something like salsa upstream master, and we should fast forward a lot of commits, and hopefully it's quite similar to what we had back in the day. Look at that, a lot of man pages have been removed. So let me open live boot repo and let's see. I mean, live boot repo. So work tree list, hit help work tree, hit work tree. So hit work tree at live boot 074. How the hell are we created? Yeah, so Rescatux 074 snapshot, and so the whatever we want to be using here should be this one here. I mean, not this. I mean, why do I want this live ID one? Yeah, that's what we want to be using here. Look at that, we have this new folder, and what? Yeah, Rescatux. So we've got live boot, and now we have this live boot Rescatux snapshot, and we can compare live boot what's the fucking path for the commit? Live boot components 990 cdmd line old on the first place, cmd line old with whatever we had here. So components 990 cmd line old. So this is the first thing I want to check to see if there has been many differences from whatever we have done here. Yeah, so here on the left we're going to have basically whatever verify root has, not verify, verify. Live meta encryption. What? So this has been removed. Live ID. So this is the live ID which we have here. So the parameter stuff seems to be the same thing. So this seems to be, we could probably apply this somehow. And custom overlay label. Okay. First instance. So there is no many changes in here. So that's nice to know. So this one should not be a problem to be applied. Whatever. However, this should be applied the other way around. But before doing so, we should probably have. So this is master. We should probably say something like, this is Docker. I mean, we are not in Docker yet, but this is bookworm Docker live ID div01. This is just the way we call everything else. So bookworm Docker live ID def whatever, and now that's how. Wait, where's the live boot stuff? What the hell? Have I managed to? Okay, so yeah, so if we have to do anything, that's the way we do it. And according to me, this should be read the other way around so that it's easier to apply to whatever we want to apply. So this is the first change we want to apply. So there should be a line. Wait a minute. Snapshot I want to be applied here. Yeah. So apply this thing here, and it's the live ID, live media. I hope this is the right thing to do, like regarding how to translate all of this. So now here we should have a difference. Components 990 CMD line old, and this is like, how the hell have we called this thing? Live build added live ID support, and this is number 1. Okay, this is number 1. Something like this. Then I can copy this thing here. Okay, doesn't matter. Now, the second change I want to implement here is dismiss helpers stuff. But before doing that, I want to check what the hell has been changed between this and that. And yeah, so probably we should be checking this out like this, because I want to check the change. So this is misc helpers dot sh and misc helpers dot sh. So on the left we've got the old stuff. No, snapshot on the right. What? So everything seems it's in here. Encryption here and there. So on the left we have new stuff, isn't it? So live media script encryption has been removed. Loopdef name from ISO name. Okay, so on the left we have new stuff. Fine ISO. So there's no longer loop whatever, but whatever it is. Fine ISO, fine ISO, fine ISO. For init NTFS, since user space was a check instead of the kernel model. I mean, I don't see anything interesting on the left regarding any of this. Okay, so this code is the same one we had back in the day, isn't it? This is the same code. So I mean, there's this done here, which I mean, this done maybe it's done here because the full try, yeah. But this is exactly the same code. I mean, the same code there was back in the day is the same code that we have here, if I'm not mistaken. So there is no change related to any of this. So path 1, I mean, the best way of checking this is checking this else statement here. So we've got the path 1, ignore UID conf. This is the same thing here, so there's no change. And then the else stuff is this path 1 UID cat conf uid.conf for try UID whatever, and check this thing or continue, read this UID file, and then return 0. Yeah, it's real pity that we cannot read files thanks to Grub, because this would ease a lot of stuff. I mean, one line file, you know what I mean? This will ease a lot of stuff. So yeah, so I think we should just apply this. So it's the other way around, that we need to call this thing out. So let me see. So first of all, this one here, and then this one here. Yeah, I mean, we should, now that I think about it, I think I should be able to cherry pick the change, and that's it, because why not? I mean, why do I want to do this manually if I can cherry pick this thing here? Oh, wait a minute. I mean, wait. I mean, if I can cherry pick this thing, wait a minute. So in here, so we've got this checkout master. So I can do this thing so that we've got, I think we can cherry pick our original commit so that everything is done again in the same way. Look at that. So now we have a different commit and it looks very nice. I mean, it's fucking the same thing. So yeah, we are done. Maybe the description or whatever. Added live ID parameter. Using live ID with enable live build to find the current media to boot. Wait a minute. How are you supposed to be doing that? Yeah, that's a very good question. So what we are doing here is changing the path. Changing, so wait a minute. Yeah, that's a very good question. What the hell are we doing here? I mean, should I check the compare stuff? Maybe we can update this and I don't know. But this is the old new stuff. CMD and old. Yeah. So here in live boot components, and there's something in here which is what I'm interested in understanding is the miss helpers, to see what the hell is this doing exactly. Okay, so the question is, what the hell are you doing with live ID? So there's this matches UID. So if there's live ID, you are going to check if whatever path you are checking matches the live ID stuff. If it's true, then you return 0, otherwise you don't do anything else. So the question is, what the hell is this used? Is this used here on a loop? Maybe it is. Look at that. For the buys in whatever case this is stuff. If this is supported, if there's fine ISO, if it's skip UID or matches UID point, then this is a mount point. Otherwise you amount. Yeah, what the hell is this function supposed to be doing? Check def. Okay, maybe there's somewhere where check def is being used, and find live file system. So look at that. Removable USB, whatever. Check def. Or do the thing. So here you've got the check defs. So once you check that one of these are okay, thanks to the match UIDs that we do, then we return 0 and we are on the good one. I guess that's how it's supposed to be working out. How it's supposed to be working. So that's it. Now we need the Docker stuff regarding how to build this thing and so on, because this doesn't have a Docker yet. And yeah, so let me write this down. And so the next thing is to do write the Docker file for live boot, write the documentation for live boot, and this would be something like live ID live boot. Write the documentation for how to build, and this is update Docker documentation in Rescatux, so that live boot is also built and used in its latest version. Yeah, so that's what we need to be doing, and hopefully the build that we have done here, look at that, built completely successfully. So this thing we're going to be able to check. Let's see if there are any comments. No, there are no comments. So yeah, look at that. Look at that. So now we should be able to test this thanks to here, and we're going to check it real quick and we will end the stream. So press S, boot manager, boot from DVD-ROM. Okay, so this has a group.cfg that works. Let's check what the hell is in here. Look at that, live ID, whatever. So this ends on 6F whatever. I mean, I'm going to make a screenshot so that I don't have to worry about this. So the screenshot, it's going to be, and apparently is the same. Yeah, okay, yeah, let's screenshot all of this. So as you can see here, it's the same live IDs in the two staff. And have I closed a spectacle? Yes, I have. Oh my god. Let's try again. So let's make a screenshot of this. Okay, so now you can see that the UID is the same one, so it ends on 5C. You can see here that it also ends in 5C, and file save mode, it also ends in 5C. It's not repeated, so we are quite fine with all of this. Find ISO, wait a minute, find ISO. Wait a minute, find ISO. find ISO should be in file save boot append variable. Right now it's not the case. Find ISO should be so it's something that it should be fixed in binary group CFG that it should be probably fixed in this thing here. Okay. So this should boot as always, because we haven't built live boot so that it checks for the UID. And the only thing I want to do is to check if the file exists or not. I mean, I could have done this from Grub, but maybe this way it's going to be much easier to do. So we are looking for something that ends in default settings. Yes, we are waiting for something. We are expecting a file that ends on 5C. So keyword line out Spanish Windows, remove, close, apply. So mount grab SR0 in run live medium here. So here you've got the live, and now we should be able to compare. So 5B whatever, 5B whatever, 19 whatever, 19 whatever, DF whatever, DF whatever, and 6F whatever, 6F whatever. So it's exactly what we are supposed to be finding here. Thanks to this live ID stuff, we are able to check that this has a fucking thing. And I'm not sure if there's something related to this live this UID stuff, that it was so this live, so conf UID .conf conf UID.conf. There's no conf in here, UID.conf, so there's no need to check any of this. Info, yeah, let's take a look at .disk and see what's there, what the hell is in there. Info, this thing, okay, look at that. We haven't changed that, and this is how we are supposed to have built this thing. Yeah, so we have changed the whatever, so that it's like this: Rescatux Neo Linux 074 and nothing else. I mean, there's also Rescatux theme, Rescatux whatever. Yeah, look at that. And this is using live image hybrid ISO binary. Yeah, because that's later on we rename it in a different place. Yeah, so I think this is working as expected. So as I have written down here, what we need to do is live ID So the live build stuff, it's already been done, isn't it? Live build stuff. Haven't I pushed this? I think so. Yeah, added live ID support. Maybe here we are supposed to explain how to do this. Live ID support. So basically, live boot. Using live. Yeah, let's create. Oh, wait a minute. Let's create a fucking commit. I mean, new file, something. Okay, maybe I can copy this thing onto whatever. Paste. I mean, I don't want to. Paste. Debian.net. So this is a new ID file. Hopefully these many enters are good enough. So now I can use this from somewhere else. And yes, I can just discard virtual machine. So let me do this real quick. So this thing here, I can use this thing here, so I can check out this thing. I can call this thing like this is step 3, and I can cherry pick the latest commit from dev 2. So I can cherry pick this thing, and now I can amend this thing. So this adds, this creates a unique UID for the media. It's saved thanks to some directories and files into the media file system. Okay, let me check. Paste .debian.net. Look at that. Gets created onto is created in the CD-ROM. This creates also Linux command line, we'll have live ID, whatever. It's live ID in non-capital letters, isn't it? How the hell have we done this exactly? It's like, how the hell is this? Live ID configuration. Configuration. Where the hell is this? Here it is. Live ID equals whatever. Also, Linux command line will have cmd line. We have so that liveboot knows exactly which device is the right one for the kernel plus init rd, which have been loaded onto memory. That's it. Okay. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah. So that's what the hell is this. So show head. And now we have yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be adding more stuff here. This avoids problems when you have 4 USBs, 4 USB hard disk, I mean pen drive connected to your computer, and you select one of them to boot, In many cases, this will trigger a different USB pen drive, to be used, to be used instead. From your BIOS UEFI firmware. In many cases, this will trigger a different USB pen drive to be used instead. I mean, USB pen drive. USB pen drive. Also avoids problems with HP laptops that have pre-installed live build installations. Pre-installed live build systems on their first partitions, on their first partition. Yeah, I mean, That's it. So this is dev 3. So let's push this on GitHub origin. So right now we have live build thing. So this is the dev 3 here. You can see, so added live ID support. This explains the thing, and damn it. So do not forget done in whatever. Done in dev 3. So the next day we are going to work on trying to build live build, and once we do this we need to do a merge request, you know, live ID merge request for live boot, merge request for what's the other name, live build. So that's something that we will have to do later on, and you know, we won't have this stuff in here. So this is what, yeah, so this is what this is it. So this is stuff if it's for the next day. So I'm pretty happy that we have managed to do this thing related to live ID in live build. So we just have to work on the live boot stuff, which is, I mean, it's almost done. I mean, actually Docker file, what the documentation for how to build, and then you know, rebase so that the Docker file stuff is the first one, and so on. Yeah. And we will have to do the merge request for live boot and for live build. Make sure, so here is make sure to specify that, make sure to specify make sure to specify that merge request for live build, make sure to specify that it depends on a live boot commit that will need to be converted into a version so that the control file can be properly updated. Okay, look at that. So we are almost there. Okay, this is where we need to be working on, and then regarding the complete list of to do, we are working on this thing here, and then we're going to tackle this non-free firmware by default live build thing, which I already answered on the main list. So if you go here on the main list, where the hell is the main list for this? I mean, I guess that I had this thing manually. So Debian Live main list. You can see how I replied to the different doubts. So where the hell is the answer? Wait a moment. not by thread but by date index. Okay, this might be easier to read. Look at that. This is my answer. Look at that. Arch detection for Linux, non-free firmware by default in live build. So this is regarding these matches here. What the hell are we going to do with 2022? And I'm not sure if this is the time where they decided that the installation disks will have this non-free firmware stuff. But any case, Roland Klabas replied to me that non-free firmware is properly supported in live build nowadays when you do this thing here. And apparently Bullseyes also needs this thing. So my answer was, if I have to add archive areas, my non-vulnerability is not properly supported in my own eyes. I expect something similar to non-free firmware being included, turn on by default, and then having a boot option in both group.cfg and syslinux, so that those non-free firmware models can be blacklisted and not used at all. Also, an option to enable or disable this behavior when building the image if one wants to. So that's what we have to work later on. But before that, we should think on finding this, on ending this live ID. I mean, actually, this is live ID, not live boot. Okay. So that's it. Let me check the chat for the last time, just in case someone says something. No one says anything. So this is going to be all for today. So thank you very much for watching. Bye.